Right? All this was working just a second ago. There we go. And then I hit go live, and then the microphone sound wasn't working. Let's see if the other audio is working. Pull up some audio and find out if it's working.
This is a segment of
it is. Okay, great.
Great. About just recapping, brief recap, letting you know about videos that I enjoy. Like.
Apologize, so unprofessional. I swear it was working just fine. So hopefully we'll be okay now, though, because we do have everything going according to plan now. Not really. I am Coach Steve Money. I'm a certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach. And you can schedule a free financial coaching consultation / assessment with me at calendly.com/Coach Steve Money. You can email me about anything, Ramsey stuff, about anything on my YouTube channel, Oak Island, computers, history stuff, video games, whatever. CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. Donations can go to paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. You can add me on the gram at Coach Steve Money. And of course, this YouTube channel is youtube.com/Coach Steve Money. And let's make sure gotta make sure the stream on the YouTube end is working correctly. Make sure the audio is working. Come on. There we go. Come on. Okay. See if the audio is working on there.
Videos.
See if the audio is working on there.
The tomb of Kazakemwe, a giant king that was said to have been 8.5 feet tall, but that has been removed from the king's list at Abydos. The structure is about...
Okay, just gotta get the right levels on it.
Old, is the first known building in ancient Egypt, and is the oldest still standing structure in the world. The video is called Egypt's Giant King, Kazakemwe.
There you go. Sorry about that noise on there. That was due to the looping, probably. All right. So now I think we're good to go.
Description, as all the videos will be. Next from the John Levi channel.
Okay. So there we go. All right. Already did plugs. So what is next? Oh, yeah. I also sing on this. You're welcome. Now let's try it. And you can sing too. You guys know what day it is? Yeah, 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 yeah. 7 a.m. waking up in the morning, gotta be fresh, gotta go downstairs, gotta have my bowl, gotta have cereal, seeing everything, the time is going, ticking on and on, everybody rushing, gotta get down to the bus stop, gotta catch my bus, I see my friends, getting to the front seat, sitting in the back seat, gotta make my mind up, which seat can I take? It's Friday, Friday, gotta get down Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend, weekend. Friday, Friday, getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying, partying, yeah. Budgeting, budgeting, yeah. Fun, 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 fun. Looking forward to the weekend. All right. Gonna slow it down. Talk about a plan by a guy you might know by the name of Dave Ramsey. And it goes like this. Like all plans, it starts with step one. $1,000 emergency fund. Step two, you pay off all your debt. Except mortgage, we don't do that yet. So pay off your consumer debt. Every one of those charges, from smallest to largest. Baby, step three is next. Full emergency fund of expenses. You stay gazelle intensive. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I coach, that's why I coach, and why I host this YouTube show. If you don't like the way it's working out, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, then you should do Dave's baby steps. Now step four is when you can take a breath. Go less gazelle and invest. Step five, it's a save for your kids. No student loans at all for college. 6 to pay off your home. Step 7, build your wealth and don't keep it all yourself. And you've lived like nobody else. Now you get to live large, and now you get to give large. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I coach, that's why I coach, and why I host this YouTube show. If you don't like the way it's working out, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have that financial peace, you should do Dave's baby steps. Trumpet, take it home. Live from Cabot, Arkansas, it's the Ramsey Show Aftershow show. Here we talk about the Ramsey Show YouTube chat, and the people in it, and all things financial, and whatever else I want to talk about. You can do that when you have your own show. I'm your host, Coach Steve Money. I'm a certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach. And again, you can schedule a free financial coaching assessment with me at calendly.com/CoachSteveMoney. That's calendly.com/CoachSteveMoney. The link's at the top of the chat and in the video description. You can email me about anything, yes, anything, CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com, donations, PayPal.me/CoachSteveMoney. And you got me on the gram at Steve Money, at Coach Steve Money. Whew. And, what else? Oh, youtube.com/Coach Steve Money, of course. Alrighty, so wrote a new song today, and guess who's hosting? So the debut of the Jade Warsaw song. Let's give it a shot. Move that way. Nope. that's not what I want to do. Okay, let's try that. Sorry, I have to do all of the prep myself. Okay, let's try this. I can just minimize that. Okay. She wanted to host, and yes, they needed one. Dead fought Warsaw, and Warsaw won. Dead fought Warsaw, and Warsaw won. If you want some sass, Jade has got tons. Dead fought Warsaw, and Warsaw won. Dead fought Warsaw, and Warsaw won. Paid off for 60,000. Now they have mutual funds. They're incredibly in better shape now. Dead fought Warsaw and Warsaw won. Dead fought Warsaw and Warsaw won. Helping people get the steps done. Dead fought Warsaw and Warsaw won. Dead fought Warsaw and Warsaw won. Financial peace for all is their mission. Dead fought Warsaw and Warsaw won. Dead fought Warsaw and Warsaw won. Back to the bridge. And sent it off for 60,000, but now they have mutual funds. They're incredibly in better shape now. Dead fought Warsaw and Warsaw won. Dead fought Warsaw and Warsaw won. All right, the debut of the Jade Warsaw song on the Ramsey Show Aftershow show, and of course her let's get the music going, and of course her co-host I really need somebody to do the production for me. All right, you ready? Sing with me. And I guess that's why we all watch Rachel Cruz, for good advice that she learned in her youth. Talks about friends when she shows us how to be millionaires. Know yourself, know your money, love your life, not theirs. And I guess that's why we all watch Rachel Cruz mentioning Winston, mentioning conspiracies, and I guess that's why we all watch Rachel Cruz mentioning Winston, mentioning Teslas, and I guess that's why we all watch Rachel Cruz mentioning Winston, mentioning Target, and I guess that's why we all love Rachel Cruz. All right, how about that? Okay, I'm done singing now. Are you guys happy about that? So I can remove this. Here we go. Alrighty, so as you can see, market tried to do something today. NASDAQ was up big part of the day, and then at the end of the day it just said bloop. And maybe we'll see a story on this as far as what the dealio was, why it all of a sudden started going down and went down even more at the end of the day. We'll see. But it goes up, it goes down, and you need to buy regardless. S&P did the same thing. Dow Jones was negative most of the day. Just this little part in here, it was positive. Russell Small Cap Index, the only thing that is up 1.22%. And so there we go. And what do we got for futures? That's what it's looking like for Monday morning so far, but there will also be stock exchange open trading on Monday morning as well. So let's see what we got around the world. We got mixed in Europe, all down in Asia. The euro up on the US dollar. US dollar down to the Japanese yen. The British pound, love, up on the US dollar. The Canadian dollar up on the US dollar. And the Australian dollar, mate, all up on the US dollar. Alrighty. And if you care about crypto, all of these were up. Okay, is that all we need from here? Oh no, I wanted to see if there was any type of explanation as far as what's going on. What went on in the last hour? Boom, boom, boom. Drift jobs report shows cooling. But that was yesterday. And yesterday's gone. Oh, you only thought I was done singing, didn't you? Let's see. Rivian up. The Tesla down though, but the electronic vehicle automakers all reported more deliveries this past quarter than was expected. It looks like that's all we have. Let's see. Amazon, the only most followed single stock on Google to be up at 1.11%. All the rest of them in the negative for today. And so, if they're negative, that means they're on sale. So you buy as normal. What we got coming? Earnings calendar for next week. We got Chase reporting next week. United Health Group, that's my insurance. Reporting on the 14th. Bank of America, not Dave's favorite at all, on the 18th. And Tesla and Netflix. More Netflix on the 19th, and more Netflix news coming up. How about right now? Let's see. We have some things I've clipped out of. These are from, I got these from, I got this from news on my phone, which is why it looks like this. And the Ramsey thing, which I'll get to in a second, was from YouTube Shorts, which is a clip from Dave. So let's see. But the streaming now is 36.4%, and cable now is 31.1%. On the show today, Rachel doesn't want to give up her cable. And so Winston is trying to get her to give up the cable, but she doesn't want to because she wants her shows that, when she wants them. You can obviously see all the trash TV she's talking about, the Bravo shows, etc. You can see that on streaming, of course, but she likes it the way she likes it, I guess. Also, we have Netflix is the only streamer that is making money. This is operating income, as you can see it right here from 2020 to now. So this is the operating income, and Netflix's gamble on cracking down on password sharing is actually resulting in more subscriptions for them. So how about that? But as you can see, Disney is the line right here at the top is 0. And so all of this is negative. And so again, this is from 2020 to right now, 2023. And so you can see Disney, Comcast, which is Peacock, Paramount, and Warner Brothers Discovery, which I think is also HBO Max, maybe? I can't remember. But anyway, so as you can see, all those are negative. So for leading in streaming, for streaming being the way to get entertainment, it may be a thing where it's just too many choices, and people are picking just this one or just that one and just that one and just that one. so forth. Also, U.S. new vehicle sales rise an estimated 13% in the first half of the year, which is far ahead. It says far ahead of forecast. So people buying vehicles. Obviously, the new vehicle isn't a Ramsey thing, unless you, of course, always pay in cash for any type of vehicle. But you would have to pay in cash, and you would also, to buy a new vehicle and be able to financially take the depreciation on it, you have to be a millionaire net worth. Which also people confused about that. That doesn't mean you make $1 million a year. That means you have $1 million net worth. And most millionaires that have $1 million net worth, most of that is in their house. So the equity in their house is most of their million. All right. And so finally, this clip, which is just a screenshot of the clip, but I talked about this on the last show, the last Ramsey Aftershow, which was horrible because that thing I put up at the beginning of it, the image of my plugs, I wasn't paying enough attention to the actual YouTube stream, and I left that thing up the entire time. So what an idiot. So anyway, at least I'm not doing that this time, but I don't know why the audio just stopped working right when I hit go live, because it was all working. I tested it all, the levels were all good, and then the mic and the audio just went away. All right. So hopefully the mix from that was all fine with the music and my singing. All right, so, but I did talk about this on July 4th, that people always think about the market. Let's go back to it. People always think about the market. Let's use the S&P 500. Let's look at the last 5 years. People always look at the market like right here, they say, oh, look at all the money I made. Or during the pandy crash, which was right here. So when it got down here, people say, oh no, I lost all that money. I better cash out. Guess what? You haven't lost or gained anything until you sell, until you cash out. So if you cashed out here, yes, you made all that money. Otherwise, you didn't make all that money. So people need to think about it as fluctuating. It's either going to go up or down, just because, again, right here at the height of the market, this was an all-time high, and for the S&P 500. And unless you cashed out right there, you did not make any of that money. And until the amount of the account goes down below your contributions, and you cash out, cashing out is necessary to show what you have made or what you have lost. So the numbers you see like in your brokerage account where it says you're up 20%, that is just theoretical if you cashed out right now. If you don't, you're not guaranteed that amount. So you just need to think about it that way. But this is basically the deal of this clip. The only time you lose money in the stock market is if you sell, and that's also the only time you make money in the market is if you sell as well. So you're not guaranteed it, but the longer you leave it alone, the more likelihood it is to be up. Alrighty. Let's see. Let's do some questions now. I don't have enough of a following to get calls, so I answer the questions that people post in the Dave Ramsey subreddit. And again, this subreddit is not run by Ramsey Solutions. It is run by fans. They are absolute fans of Dave's, but they do allow people to give different opinions and so forth. If threads get contentious, they will shut them down, but they generally let you give any money opinion you want on here. And so it's the internet, and so that's fine. So you just have to accept it for what it is, though. But again, I don't know. I've said this before. I don't know why somebody would come in the Dave Ramsey chat and be surprised to hear Dave Ramsey advice. Just like on the YouTube channel, I don't know why people would go in the YouTube channel to chat and then be surprised that we are giving people Dave Ramsey advice. So that is weird to me. Anyway, this says Dave Ramsey, Europe, Netherlands. And I'll preface this by saying that Dave's principles work everywhere in different countries. It may be different because supposedly, like, they don't have manual underwriting in Canada, and so you have to have some sort of a credit score and such, and so that could be a little bit different for that. But the basic principles of spending less than you make work everywhere, and because you spend less than you make, and you're not constantly paying off debt all the time, then you have money to save for retirement. And so those are the basic principles, and those do work everywhere. All right, I'm following Dave Ramsey for a long time now, married and have a newborn daughter. Next month, we will be debt-free. We paid off 11,000, is that pounds? That's not pounds, is it? I don't know. Anyway, we're living in the Netherlands and are gonna save up for 6 months of our emergency fund next. Okay, we live in a rental. Okay, where we pay $670, whatever that is, a month. We want to buy a house after we completed our emergency funds. All right, we have an income of 4,000 net a month. So we want to buy a house that's only costing us 25% of that a month. Yep. Okay. But if we do a 15-year mortgage, we won't ever get to buy a house. Yeah, you will. You just won't. It won't be as big as you want it to be. That's all. You will just have to, if you want the bigger house you want, the longer you have to save a down payment if you don't make that much money. So you may have to move away from, if you live in a high cost of living area, 4,000 net a month. I don't know what that is in American dollars, but I think it's not bad, is it? Isn't it like 1-to-1? Let's see what it is up here. Let's see what it's looking like. Currencies. And the British pound, again, I don't know what that is. So that is 128 pounds equals $1, I think, is how that works. So it's close. So that's not that bad. It's just maybe you live in a high-priced neighborhood in the Netherlands. So you gotta either save up longer for the down payment to get it to down closer to 25%. The total money makeover, I don't know if they reprinted it with just 25% in there, but it did say 25 to 35%. So probably anywhere in there, you would be fine. Of course, the more it is, the longer it's going to take to pay off, etc., etc. Let's see, is there that big of a difference with U.S. markets, or is the same there? No, people complain about the same thing in the U.S. Should we just keep saving to buy eventually? Yes, it feels like we are just throwing our rent money away like this. Yeah, you don't want to buy a house just because you think, oh, we're throwing it away and we're not getting equity in a house. You don't want to buy a house too soon. You don't want to be house poor, because then that doesn't allow you to do anything with your 400 net a month, 4,000 net a month, except pay a house. You want to pay 50% of that? You want to pay 2,000 of that in mortgage and then have 2,000 left? You want to do that? You can do that if you want to. A lot of people do that. That doesn't allow you to continue on the baby steps. Oh, which I did not pull up. I knew I forgot something. Let's pull that up in case I need it. Products, 7 baby steps. There we go. So the idea is that you would, what she's talking about is saving up 3 to 6 months of her expenses on a fully funded emergency fund. She's going for 6 months. If you don't have any job or life drama, you can go with 3 months. I am single. I'm divorced, rather, and so I'm on my own, and so I've just had a 3-month emergency fund. And I have not had any problems. But that's up to her if she feels better, and with a family as well. Maybe you want to have the 6 months, and that's a good idea. And so after that, though, you go into 3B, which is save for down payment. And then you do that, and step 4, investing 15% of your gross household income into retirement. You can do that at the same time as 4. You can do whatever balance you want. It doesn't have to be 15 if you're also trying to save for a down payment here, which would be 3B. So you can even not invest at all for 3 years. Dave is fine with you staying out of the market for 3 years while you save up that larger down payment. So, but you can do any balance that you want to. It is up to you. So keep that up in case we need to refer back to that. But yeah, keep saving if you want to buy a house. Yes. Keep renting and keep saving, and don't buy a house until you are ready. That's the time to do it. It doesn't matter what the interest rates are, the economy, what they're saying on the news, none of that matters, except when you are ready to buy a house, you buy a house. And one that will not make you house poor. All right, this is from Drago Merkrol. Okay, baby step 3B is what it says here. First Reddit post ever. Congratulations. What's everyone's thoughts on having roommates in your 30s? I have one right now and I have no problem with it, but sounds like a problem. But I feel there is a bit of a stigma about it. Well, you're the one that's concerned about it. Nobody else told you anything about it. My plan is to save up a substantial down payment. Here we go again. And my rent is currently very low. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I should be able to save around $100K in the next 2 years if I keep my current living situation. That's fine. You can do whatever you want. If it allows you to save up more money, you can do that. I don't think Dave cares if you have roommates. He isn't fond of kids past 18 staying at home with parents. He does like eat a lunch and be an adult. But I don't think he cares about if you have roommates in your 30s. I don't think. I don't know. But for me, it would be fine. It would seem fine. And you're doing it for a smart reason. You're doing it to save up your big down payment. All right, this is from Jedi Fed. I've got an update. In February, I was about 2 paychecks away from paying down all my non-student loan debt. In January 2022, I received notice of another $2.5K in fines. For what? For what? Pushing us down to $55K in debt. We managed to dig our way down to about a couple $1,000s before my car finally gave out. Okay, I felt so disappointed with the timing. Bad timing sucks, but it does happen. Sorry. Yeah, bad timing does happen. So yeah, I mean, that's just you just got to deal with it and keep going. You just persevere. I spent 13 months in baby step 2, and I was looking forward to crawling over the finish line, right? And then start the car sinking fund to replace my vehicle in February 2024. That was the plan. You have to not have the wind so knocked out of your sails when plans fail, because you're not guaranteed anything. My wife was never happy with that plan, as the car barely survived last winter, but I told her I only needed one more winter, and after that we would be done with it and get a nice car with no payments, as it was one of the best things that happened to us is that the vehicle died when it did. Really. I was able to help my family with the death of my grandfather and helping my grandmother move, which was something I expected to happen next year. What does that got to, I don't understand what that has to do with the vehicle dying. So a lot of changes that I've been planning to do in 2024 got accelerated. Did you move in with Grandma? Let's see, the issue for us was borrowing about 13K or so, in line with Ramsey's budget, but higher than I had wanted. I wanted 5 to 10K, so it would be paid off sooner. Ramsey's budget for a car is paying in cash, not for borrowing anything. Would have gone higher with my original plan. Let's see, interest rate is so high. I want to get this car paid off. Yeah, I mean, you know, you're working under false pretenses here, saying, well, we're going to stay in the budget, but we're gonna get the amount of car that he wants us to get, but we're gonna borrow money. You don't buy cars with debt. So anyway, War and Peace here from I forget the person. For all those talking about Dave's plan worked for me. False. Not if you borrowed money to buy a car after you were already working on the plan. So I don't think so. But think we're done. What does that mean? Oh, with baby step 2, I guess. Okay, well, all's well that ends well, I guess, but you put yourself further into debt, so it didn't need to take that long. So I'm really not understanding I just wanted to tell his story, perhaps. This from Admiral Radis. Lincoln Money Guard long-term care insurance. I was wondering if anyone had any experience with the Lincoln Money Guard product for a long time. How old are you? 52? My wife is 45. We're in baby step 7 and planning toward retirement. You might be able to insure yourself depending on your net worth. The product is interesting to us. It allows us to pay for that long-term care insurance while we are still in prime earning years and have no debt. Well, what would happen if you just invested that money instead? So, you know, would you be able to self-insure? If you can't self-insure and you feel very strongly that you would need long-term care, that's also one thing Dave says there's a myth about, because the average stay, like in a nursing home, that kind of thing, is way shorter than you would think. So might not be needed. So it's your money, of course, so just think about it. Definitely think about it, but it again depends on what net worth is. If your net worth is that high, then you can self-insure. Alrighty, from Lonely Guy 458. Single, thinking of dropping back into baby step 3B. Should I reduce my retirement savings? If you need a bigger down payment, yes. That is fine. With an emergency fund, I'm debating saving up for a house. I don't need to, since my rent is $800 and I take home 10 times that, but I suppose it would be nice to have at least a condo, right? It's up to you. You can rent forever if you want. Dave does like you to have a house, because that way you have something to live in retirement that is not costing you rent or a mortgage payment. Of course, you do have to pay for anything that goes wrong with the house, though. Or you could even go more aggressive and say 15K by the end of the year. Yeah, so it's up to you. You can, Dave is fine with you not investing at all for 3 years while you save up a larger down payment. Or you can do whatever balance you want to. You can do like up to the match if you want, that kind of thing. All right, this from broad_ant_3871. Baby step 2 flare. Question about student loans. For anyone that paid their loans off, I have questions. I have $30,400 in student loan debt. I am throwing $2,200 a month towards it. Do you pay the smallest loan to biggest? Yes. Will throwing that much a month towards them work for paying them off quickly? The more you put at them, the faster they'll be paid off. You're kind of all over the place, right? It's kind of a it's a kind of an open-ended question as well, as far as not, you're not saying, what you make, what your expenses are, etc. How many times you're going out to eat, that kind of thing, like all that would be off the table in baby step 2. So It just, if that's all you have to throw towards it, you throw that much to it, and it takes as long as it takes. So it doesn't matter paying how, does that work for paying him off quickly? That doesn't matter. You put as much to it as you can and not worry about it. So many people worry about things that don't matter, especially like with comparing themselves to other, like emergency fund. You can't compare yourself to anybody else because nobody else has your personal amount of expenses, and no one else, has, well, other people have the same amount, but it varies from person to person as far as how many months worth you want to save. So, and my 3 months times my expenses is probably going to be lower than somebody that has, 4-person family. Is going to be higher than my 3 months because they have more expenses per month. All right, this from F-Z3R0X1X1X1X. Question about term life insurance, also home warranty. Dave doesn't recommend home warranties. Dave doesn't recommend any warranties. The life insurance, let's see. So I have a couple of term life insurance policies for myself. Wife has 2. You don't necessarily need multiple, but what you should have, it should equal what it would cost it has to be 10 times what you bring home in a year. Or gross, actually. 10 times your gross income. Or if your wife is, or other stay-at-home parent, if the stay-at-home parent dies, she has to have enough, or he has to have enough insurance on that person in order to to replace what she does at home. Like basically Dave says, hire Mary Poppins. So even if she doesn't work, she does enough work at home that has to be replaced, and so she has to have term life insurance on her for the amount that 10 times, because that way that money invested will generate average of 10 to 12% per year. And so then that would cover those costs. So that's why you get that. We have an older whole life on her and doesn't recommend whole life. Whole life costs way more. And they make a big deal of it having the investment portion in it. If you die, they pay off the benefit, the death benefit, but they keep the insurance part. They keep the investment part of it. So it would be better to get term life insurance for way cheaper, and you personally invest the difference. That way you get both the payout and you get to keep the investment portion of it, and you get to leave it to your heirs. You don't get that in whole life. To get that in whole life, you would have to cash out early, and then you don't get the death benefit. Then you just get the investment part of it. And the investment part of it doesn't make as much as if you invested it yourself. Let's see, age charge of term insurance between, say, age of 20 and age of 50. The price almost triples. That's fine. In fact, between the age of 40 and 50, it doubles in cost. You get 30-year term. The idea is you get 30-year term and between 20 and 50, and then by the time you get to 50, you can self-insure. That is the idea. It may not always work out like that, but that is the idea. And so even if the price of it triples, if you still need it, you'll be in a much better shape to afford that, because your house theoretically would be paid already. And again, you would have enough wealth where maybe you could self-insure. So I know Dave pushes term insurance and has said on air, even at the age of 60 plus, he has multiple policies, right? And make him continue adding. Not sure why he does if he is worth hundreds of millions. I'll tell you right now why he does it. He often says so. It's SWI. Sharon wants it. Sharon is the name of his wife, and she wants him to have insurance, even though he's already worth hundreds of $1 million. Maybe it makes her sleep better at night, whatever. She wants it, so she gets it. It's fine. It doesn't cost that much. Let's see, but the exponential jump in cost should be concerned to anyone in their 40s, 50s. I get the idea, again, if you do it in your 20s, yes, that you have achieved enough financial. There you go. So you got it. Though I hate the concept of whole life and likely will never get one other than, you know, I mean, you can try to rationalize it. It's still not a good idea either way. And it's still, whole life is still going to be more money at 50 than the term is. So I don't know what the dealio is. This from hyphen or dash white underscore night hyphen or dash. What to do with bonus on baby step 5? Well, any extra money, this is always an easy question because any extra money gets applied to whatever baby step you're on. Always. So it's not like a thing where you look at the baby step, oh, what do I do with the X amount of money? It's whatever baby step you're on. Very easy. Let's see, y'all have exactly 3 months income in my emergency fund is 2 words. And just received a $5,000 after-tax bonus. Excellent. Equivalent to 5 weeks of net / take-home pay. And am wondering what I should do with it. You should apply it to whatever baby step you're on. My initial ideas are as follows, but I'm open to your ideas. Add to my money market emergency fund, giving me a total of over 4 months take-home pay. Well, if you didn't feel like you needed a 4-month emergency fund before, just because you have this money, you shouldn't feel like that now. What's the reason for feeling like that now? It's just because you have the money. That's what I would question there. Of course, it is this person's money. They can do with it whatever they want. But it would seem like if they had got 3 months and they called it an emergency fund and they started investing, there's no bonds or CDs. Dave doesn't recommend bonds. Money market mutual fund, is there supposed to be a comma there to differentiate between money market and mutual fund? I don't know, but mutual funds would pay out more than money market, but you should be doing it towards, if you're already investing 15% in retirement, that's all you invest or save above emergency fund until the house is paid off. So wherever in there you are, if you all of a sudden, because you have the money in your hand, think that, oh, I need another month of emergency fund instead of doing anything else with it, where you didn't need that money earlier, apparently. Otherwise, you would have done your emergency fund for 4 months, and you would have done that before you began investing. And so, but whatever baby step you are on is what you should do it. You just need to decide what baby step you're on, I guess. If you think you're on 3 because your emergency fund's not enough, then you would do that. But again, I'm going to question why you change your mind on that just because you have another $5,000 in your hand. So, because the idea is that, you don't have extra cash on hand. You have your money working for you either in investing or in retirement. So, or if you're already doing the 15%, that goes to the mortgage to finish up baby step 6. And so that's how it works. Are you safe? Anyone else cringe when John asks callers this? No, because they might not be. They might not be safe. Stupid. John Madden Money. Stupid. King Jade's fear. A general theme for Dave Ramsey and followers is about fear and risk. Yep. Fear is the mind killer, as they say in Dune. Let's see. General theme is about fear and risk, right? Dave also says turn off the news. And, you're worried about, people often ask about, well, I'm worried about losing my job. And he says, and Dave always says, it's got to be at least a 51% chance of you losing your job. General worry shouldn't cause you to make any financial decision. So if there's no indication that you might lose your job, you don't need to worry about it. Let's see, I'm curious about this fear and why that is the guide. About what fear? It seems that everyone runs the other way if there is any chance that something could go up against you. What do you mean? Like what? If you're frugal and make a lot more than you spend and have a large amount of saving, you have built-in very high resistance to risk. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. The idea is to just not take on the risk so you don't risk losing your large amount in savings or anything else. So let's see, if you manage your risk below, so debt leverage is what this person wants to do probably. Let's see. If someone else were helping here, at least half of the responses are to take the no risk path. Right, because that's Dave's advice, and it is the Dave Ramsey subreddit. It's not the Crypto Bros one. It's not the debt. It's not r/Dave debt leverage. I wonder if there is one. There probably is one. Or you could go on to any of the other money guys subreddits that are fine with debt leverage, but Dave doesn't do that because it's too risky. And if you don't think it is, you can spend your money and you can take that chance and debt leverage, and good luck to you. But why go in the why buy a house at all when there's the fear of losing your job? You're never 100% free of risk. That's true as well. All right. So again, I just think that's stupid. It's a waste of your time trying to come in here to do it. Now, granted, he will get some people that say, no, sure, go ahead, debt leverage, go ahead. He will get some of these 42 comments said to go ahead and do that, I'm sure. But why? Why bother coming in here and doing it? I don't know. Baby step 2 flare. See, it's not debt leverage flare. It's baby step 2 flare because it's the Dave Ramsey subreddit. What time is it? Did I do an hour yet? Almost. We're scorching the earth and paying off this debt now. Excellent. Sick and tired being sick and tired. Said it. Done. Tired of the arguments, the fear, the frustration, the embarrassment, and the hell that is living paycheck to paycheck. Can't sleep. Yep. Can't tell you how many times my debit card has been declined at the grocery store, gas station in the past 3 years. My husband and I are in a shit ton of debt, and it's killing us. Credit card debt, law school debt. Well, thank goodness he's a lawyer. Somebody's a lawyer, going to make that money, then good. In debt for my masters. I'm so sick of trying to navigate my life with this on my back. I can't do it anymore. Red baby steps millionaire. Started a PU and didn't look back. Excellent. Rice and beans, literally. You're paying this S off. We've been doing minimum payments of $5K a month. I want to do more. I just started working my side gig. Excellent. Sharing one car. Excellent. We moved to the cheapest apartment I could find. Excellent. It will take us probably two and a half years to finish this off. I don't care what people think of us anymore. And that's what you got to do it. If you want significant progress, you have to take drastic action to get drastic results. Absolutely. All right. Let's see. How am I doing and how should I move forward? Hi, y'all. Been listening to Dave Ramsey for a while now. My parents would listen to the pod all the time when my siblings and I were younger. Bad. Hashtag third grade. And I got hooked. Excellent. I'm 21 with no debt. A 10K emergency fund. Excellent. And I've been investing 15% in my Roth TSP. I'm currently active duty Air Force. Thank you for your service. And I make 35 to 40K a year. I don't plan on buying a house anytime soon since I'll be moving to different bases. We had this conversation in the Ramsey Show chat today about military buying a house in every single duty station they get assigned to. Stupid. You don't know how long you'll be there. You can be moved at any time, and you just falling prey to whatever people or whatever thoughts you have in your head. Going, oh, well, rent is losing all the equity you should be getting. That equity is not going to help you if you're only in the house for a year and then have to sell it because you're leaving. Or worse, you try to be a landlord and then that blows up in your face as well due to the expenses of perhaps like because you'll be moving, so you can't manage the house from a different state. So then you have to pay somebody to do that for you, and that further eats into your profits. And then, guess what? You got to replace the roof. So then you're not making money then. That being said, my goal is to save enough to buy a home with cash when that time comes. Excellent. My question is, should Should I just invest my savings, not my emergency fund, into a Vanguard ETF and make around 10% a year? I don't know what people love to say, like different brokerages. It doesn't matter. Every S&P 500 index fund is an S&P 500 index fund. It doesn't matter if it's a Vanguard, and that's your ETF is an index fund, and you can do that, and that is better than nothing. But you don't want to, at least I don't want to miss out on the 40% of managed mutual funds that beat the index. I would rather have one of those instead, which I do. Several of those, as a matter of fact. Let's see, make around 10% a year on average, right? S&P 500, 10 to 12% a year on average. You can, let's see, you're doing 15% already. So if you're planning on buying a house, you should probably just save it. If you have 5 years, you can put that in an S&P 500 index fund. Dave does recommend that for using the market as a piggy bank to save for a purchase. So you can absolutely do that. I differ from Dave only in that don't want to invest in mutual funds. An ETF is a mutual fund. It's just not a managed mutual fund. Because yeah, you make 11%, but the fee, I'm making more than that in mine, dog. Don't know what to tell you. You make 11%, but the fees from the active management takes about 5% off of that. False. It's just, people love to say stuff and they're not right. They're not right. I don't have any 5% funds at all. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. All of mine make more than the, not the small cap or mid cap, but the rest of them make more money than the index combined, or index minus any fees for management. So that is false. A lot of people like to say it like it's the truth, but it doesn't matter if it's Vanguard or Fidelity or Charles Schwab or any of the other ones you can think of. It doesn't matter, but people love to say which one theirs is. But again, if you plan on buying a house, I would think about that. But like, if you're going to be in the military for another 5 years, sure, throw it in the index fund. Why not? And then that way, in 5 years or more, whenever you get out, it should have grown, and way more than it would in a high yield savings account or money market. What time is it? Let's see, 6:02. So that's about an hour. Let's check it. Okay. This from successful _ad_ 6447. I wanted to do this so I can make fun of this person. Better traditional 401k or Roth 401k. I'm not gonna lie. Why is it? It seems like it's like millennials, maybe a little bit older than that, but it seems like everybody says that. You know what? Everybody, honestly, or to be honest, everybody wants to tell you how honest they're being. Now, if you just talked, I would believe you more than if you made a point to say you weren't going to lie. Anyway, the 15% lower taxable income sounds really good. Am I missing something? The 15% lower taxable income sounds really good. Because you're not putting, if you use a regular 401k, because you're not being taxed for that. Is that why? The Roth is going to be better because you need to think about the entire growth that you won't be paying taxes on. So, assuming that your expenses will be about the same as they are now, if not more, they'll probably be more. So you probably have to withdraw more than your paycheck is currently. And so in that case, you have to do more than 15%. So in that case, wouldn't you want to save on the other end? Always Roth, because your contributions are going to be way, 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 way smaller a way smaller amount than your growth, unless like you only have 5 years in the market or something like that. If you have a good 20, 30, 40, even 40, especially 40 years in the market, your growth is going to be way staggering over your contributions, and so that's what you're missing. All right, let's do one more. Why not? Horror-personality 35. Back to baby steps 2. Okay. A few weeks ago, I posted about our new car. Oopsie. How's it an oopsie? Because you decided to go back into debt. Spouse lost multiple six-figure job in May. Before we finished paying off for 2 brand new vehicles purchased November 2021. This post about the second oopsie, my car. Our car. Since selling the truck, we decided to stay a one-car family. Excellent. We financed roughly $44K for 60 months at 0.9%. Payment $755 a month. Oh my goodness, that's so much. That is so much for a vehicle. And we have a balance of $16,300, trade value of $35. How much do you owe on it? $18,500. Now, are you supposed to? Let me ask you this: are you supposed to have a emergency fund bigger than $1,000 if you have any debt? Yeah, well, there was anyway. Right. I just paid our car off. That leaves us with $2,200 emergency fund and back to baby step 3. Excellent. Yeah. So you did it right. Good job. Here's to not being Dave-ish just because it's 0% interest. Excellent. Here's to working the steps in order. Okay. So I was getting ready to get on this person, but excellent. They figured it out and are doing it correctly. Best way to lower home insurance bill. I don't know that you can. How can you? Current policy on a home bought 2 years ago for $256K, $297 for dwelling liability, $222K for personal property. I don't know that premium is $2,550 a year. I don't know. I haven't had that for many years. I've been renting, so I don't have that. So I can't really say on that. Yeah, I don't know if they're too high. Oh, are these numbers too high? If you bought it 2 years for $256K, it's probably worth $300K now. So that seems like that would be about in the area for that. What up, Troy Story? Didn't see you in the chat today. Did not see you in the Ramsey Show chat today. I appreciate you coming by the after show, though. Let's see. Homeownership before or during baby steps. Not during them, no. Or, well, you can't. Yeah, they are during them, but not in baby step 1, no. But here's the dealio on that. Let's talk about the dealio on that. First 3 steps, save $1,000 to start your emergency fund. Step 2, pay off all debt except the house using the debt snowball. Save 3 to 6 months of expenses and fully funded emergency fund. Okay, that's step 1, 2, and 3. And you do those in order, one at a time. All right, and then you get to 3B, which is save for a down payment if you don't already have a house. If you already have a house before you start step 1, then you may not have to sell your house, especially if your mortgage is cheaper than you can rent somewhere. And you're not house poor, and it's within Dave's guidelines of about 25% of your, again, total money makeover book. Originally, I don't know if they changed it, but originally the total money makeover book said 25 to 35%. So if it's even close to 25% of your income, you may not have to sell it. So it just depends on your income and what your mortgage payment is as to whether you have to sell it. But if you don't have a house, you do not buy a house before you have completed step 3B, which is save for that down payment. So when you're paying off non-mortgage debt, you do not buy a house at that point. When you're saving your full emergency fund, you do not buy a house at that point. And then 3B, where you start to save for down payment, your emergency fund does not become part of that down payment. That is completely separate. So that's the dealio on that. If you have started the baby steps and you do not have a house, you do not get one until you've completed baby step 3B. Boom, boom, boom. What up, Aslan? Troy Story had other things to do. Anything you can share with the class, Troy Story? Aslan says, let's see, best way to lower home insurance, take on more risk, like increasing the deductible. True. I don't know that I would take on that risk, but that could be another way to reduce the amount of coverage for the furnishings, right? You can also add certain things to your home to reduce insurance costs. Yeah, like some kind of safety things and so forth. I'm assuming that you could do to reduce that. So anyway, let's see. I have yet to read the Millionaire Study. Baby step 1. You don't need to be in a hurry to read that. But are there any stats about what % people own their homes, have a mortgage before they enter the baby steps versus purchase a home after beginning the baby steps? The Millionaire Study is not just for millionaires that got there doing the baby steps. So the Millionaire Study is not going to help you with this. Baby Steps Millionaire book may address it. I don't know, but I don't know if there's stats on that. But I'm guessing you want to, I see what I'm saying, own their own homes, have a mortgage before they enter the baby steps. And if it's not a problem with your income, you can keep it. But you may have to sell it, again, depending on the amount of mortgage and your income. You know, whatever your income there. If your house poor, then you should probably sell it while you're doing baby steps 1, 2, and 3. If you can make it through that, if it's not too much house, then keep it and keep living there. But if you don't have one, you don't buy one before baby step 3B. So heads up. And of course, as always, it's your money. You're the one that has to make the money. You're the one that has to take on the risk. So you get to do whatever you want to do. I'm just here to tell you what Dave Ramsey would say. Applying the Ramsey plan as a white-collar healthcare professional. What does that mean? Describing a situation. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You can either, it doesn't matter your profession or anything like that. It doesn't matter. You can choose to follow Dave's advice or not. So, let's see. Which I know is what Dave would suggest. Let's see. Oh, Larry, pay cash without a loan. What is it? Ever owning a dental practice. Oh, he wants to borrow money to get a dental practice. So, yeah, Dave's going to say no. So, you can follow his advice or not. It doesn't have to be as precious as you're making it here. You're not applying it as a white-collar healthcare professional. Because as a white-collar healthcare professional, you don't have to buy a dental office before you, or an established practice even, before you have the cash to do so. You don't have to do that. You can do that with debt if you want. That's up to you. But that's got nothing to do with Dave Ramsey if you do that. So there you go. People try to be precious with their phrasing of it. They don't get it. And a lot of times people are just too close to their own situation where they can't think of it objectively. Because they're just too close to their own little situation. Because, I'm a white-collar healthcare, I'm a dentist, and I'll never get my own dental practice unless I go into debt. Well, if you don't make enough money to pay cash, and you decide to do debt, then you'll get it, but you'll have debt, and you're not following Dave Ramsey, and you don't care about Dave Ramsey's advice. So, there you go. Run the number 16, and that's fine. You can do whatever you want with your money and borrow whatever you want to. That is up to you. It's just, again, it says applying the Ramsey plan right here. And right here it says r/Dave Ramsey. And right up here it says reddit.com/r/Dave Ramsey. It doesn't say, it's not the dental practices debt leverage subreddit. It doesn't say that. All right. Rant over. Car overheated and most likely lost because it overheated one time. Gotta find a new one. Correction, a loss. Okay. So, but anyway, you get more than one opinion on it, obviously. Driving home. Given that I have 13K saved up, I'm just at a loss for words on WD if I should even buy the cheapest car available that runs. Have a mechanic look at it. More than one. Let's see. Anyone interested in the Financial Coach Master Training Program? Not so much anymore since I've already done it. And I already am a certified financial coach. Let's see. Defeat adversity. I recently purchased the program, but due to unforeseen... Oh, you weren't going to try to sell it? Paid $2,295 USD. I did not pay that much. It was on sale for $1,000 USD when I took it, and they put it on sale right after I got my... It was Trump bucks. Had already gotten the Biden bucks, and what did I do with that? I think I might have finished. Did I finish emergency fund with that? Or did I put it in investing? I can't remember if I finished emergency fund with that or if I put it in investing, since I wasn't saving for a down payment for a house. Let's see. But yeah, the Trump bucks, the free, I think it was $1,200, I believe, that second stimulus payment was, I believe. And so I got that the same time it went on sale, and I thought, if I don't take it now, I'm not going to ever take it. So there you go. But yeah, I knew they had raised it up. It wasn't that much before. I think it was like $1,500 before. But you know, inflation will get you. Also,
government do take a bite, don't you?
Exactly. All right. I knew I was going to have a reason to use that, so that's why I loaded that originally. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Much typing in there. Let's see. Just listen to the calls. I would say 40% or more of the callers have a home before they start the baby steps. Okay. A lot of them do, and a lot of them don't have to sell it. Troy Story says precious phrasing, right? Let's see. Aslan says people like to do things the same way they see everyone else doing it. That's true. That's why we're abnormal. That's why we're the weird ones. And that's fine. I understand that most people are not going to do the Ramsey stuff. I understand that. And again, that's why you should come to the Ramsey Show chat if you want to talk to people that understand what you're doing if you're trying to follow these steps. And so we get it, because we're weird too. So come and see us in there. Let's see. That's why so many people go into debt. Right. Yeah. Yep. That's the same way. Absolutely. My mother and father both told me several times that I would always be in debt and that I would always have a car payment. Absolutely. Dad often said, little man can't get ahead, and all kinds of stuff like that. And so, they did debt, obviously, for, multiple things. So, yep. Let's see. Troy Story likes the Trump bucks. Well, you had the Biden bucks, and then you had the Trump bucks. No, you had the Trump bucks and then the Biden bucks. Right. I got the order mixed up. Silly me. Trump was first. That's right. It was the Trump bucks and then the Biden bucks. Not to be outdone. Biden had to give money away as well. So let's see. Aslan got none of the free money. Why not, Aslan? Why didn't you? You're American, right? Let's see. Troy Story says, people like to do things the same way they see everyone else doing it. That's what she said. Okay, nice one, Troy Story. Troy Story bringing the class as per usual. Bringing the class. Alrighty, where were we? Oh, so asking, why am I doing this? Few reasons. Because, like I said, things have changed my life. I'll no longer be partaking in the program. Okay, I don't know that you can just do that. I don't know. I mean, I guess you give them your username and password. You can't change the name on it. So, I mean, I get and yeah, you can't change the name on it. So, like, if whoever buys it wants to pay for to be in the Ramsey Preferred program, where you get the referrals, that's not going to have your name on it or their name on it. It's going to have your name on it. So I don't think you can do that. Anyway, things like to offer to someone else for much less than what I paid for it, and you're not going to get full price, obviously. Anyway, it's beyond the 30-day return window. I didn't even know that 30-day return window. None of the lessons been completed, meaning everything's brand new, and you have access to every coaching call plus the milestone rewards that are offered inside. Please let me know if you're interested in the program. We can discuss how to transfer it over to you. And the coaching calls that you do, the people would be calling you the wrong name, etc. You can't. I don't think you can transfer it. Like I said, let's see if it says anything about that. Wait, is this for real? Yeah, it's for real. That's what. Better to borrow the Total Money Makeover at the library. It's free for the same information. False. Coaching master training gives you much more information than that. Yeah. Sorry you have the money, but this is charging greater than 2K. That you cannot learn it on the internet for free. All of it, you cannot learn it on the internet for free. I mean, I guess if you Googled everything that's mentioned, you could, but like just by reading the lesson title and you Google that, it's not going to tell you everything that's in the lesson. So, is it even transferable? Right? Yes, it's transferable. Really? I'm gonna doubt that. I would highly doubt that. I won't say no because I don't know, but I would doubt that highly. All right, let's see. Okay. See, now that people are in the chat, I don't want to end it because, later you guys should go back to the beginning and listen to my debut of the Jade Warshaw song. He sang 4 songs today. Sang Friday, of course, because it's Friday. You got to get down on Friday. Sang the Baby Step song. And Jade was in the big chair today, so debuted the Jade Warshaw song. And the Rachel Cruz song, because she was in the sidecar today. Let's see. Oh, you weren't American at the time. I got you. Okay, well, next Pandy we got you, Aslan. Okay, next Pandy we got you. Let's see, maybe get a free fake ID with the class, maybe. Maybe, that's funny. Aslan got jokes sometimes, fun. This from Seawalk 39. Baby step 4, flare. Baby step 4, of course, is wrong tab. Baby step 4, invest 15% of your gross household income in retirement. And once again, looking at this reminds me, I still need to do the missing baby steps video that I'm going to do, and that details baby step 3B, which is save for a down payment, and baby step 0 for all the stuff that you should do before you even do baby step 1, which is a bunch of things. And I need to do that, but I don't know how to make like good videos. I just know how to turn the camera on and like look at pages here or put up like one image, that kind of thing. So I need to learn how to make actual videos. Let's see, house poor or food poor? Thank you for the help advice. Looks like the consensus is that we're food poor. Okay, I'll start taking more accountability in the meal planning with my wife to get our spending under control in that category. Okay, so we don't have to read it then, because that's probably what they're saying is they got too much house, or they spending too much more on food. And so let's just see what my opinion is if they give enough information. With the adjusted budget, we're constantly overspending on food. Yeah, well, there you go. There you go. If your budget is only X amount for food and you have to do that amount, and you can't spend more than that, you can't allocate more while also investing, then yeah, it's too much on food. So you gotta adjust. It's all about adjustment. And if it's your first budget, don't beat yourself up for it. Takes at least 3 months for anybody to get it down. So give yourself a break on that. Broad _ ant _ 3871. I think we read, maybe this was the person that had something about a car, paying off another credit card this month. Oh, seeing my total balance of debt go down to amazing. Excellent. I think I might have done this one I do this on Saturday night. I normally around Saturday, around 9-ish or so Central Time, I normally do Ramsey Coach, which is all Reddit questions. Oh, no, okay. No, it's basically the same thing, except I don't sing. I do look at the market and talk about other financial stuff, and I do Reddit questions, but I don't sing on that one. So that's basically the only difference. See, I try to be honest with you. First I was going to say it's completely different, but it's not. Anyone pay off mortgage on single income? Yeah, I did all these. All right, so I guess I'll... let's see. Let's do a couple of these. So, on Saturday night, I got to the end of all the questions where I had done all of them because Reddit only saves 1,000 of them. But guess what? There's a thing called the Wayback Machine. It's the Internet Archive. And this is snapshots of the Dave Ramsey subreddit from this is year 2020. And let's go. So 2 years ago, today, July 15th, let's just check out some of the questions. Moronic Monday. Just another moronic Monday. Oh, the place where, there's nothing in there though. I didn't even see any comments. All right, feeling positive. It says 8 hours ago. Again, is 2020. 8 hours from the time of the snapshot by the Wayback Machine. Baby step 2 flare. After recently becoming a first-time homeowner, rent was getting more expensive than a mortgage in my area. I did my finances and budget for July. I continued my debt snowball hard and fast. Careful Troy Story today by paying off my car today. Okay, and all I have left are my student loans. Excellent. One step closer to being debt-free, except for the mortgage now. In times of uncertainty and job cuts, I am relieved to have this community. Okay, so it wouldn't matter if, in this case, because she already didn't have a home, but she bought a house in baby step 2, and that is not advised, not even in the year of our Lord 2020, 2 years ago. And again, this from the snapshot from 2 years ago today. Baby step 7 flare, living debt free versus the government pushing debt.
Ways, the job was a lot like prison. Except Ed was waiting at the end every day, and a paycheck at the end every week.
Government do take a bite, don't you?
Yep. All right. Have you noticed the war between those against debt and those who favor debt? Interest rates kept low, devaluing savings and encouraging loans. That's kind of out of date, not really happening now. And now the PPP, which helped millions. Oh, on Friday at the call center job that I do, I got 5 different recordings talking about PPP refunds. I think it's a scam. I don't think it's actually a government program that is giving you refunds for that now. I mean, I know when you took them out and they'd be forgiven, but I don't know about refunds if that's actual or if that's a scam. Let's see, which has helped millions and definitely is needed. But notice how the money was put through as a loan program, not a tax cut rebate. Well, again, that is how they get you. And yes, government do take a bite, Mr. Baby Step 7, or Mrs. Baby Step 7, but you're in the best position you can be in Baby Step 7 and in dealing with such nonsense. So why does the system need more debt to run? Debt does run a lot of stuff. If you took debt completely out of the question, out of the equation, it's possible that businesses wouldn't make as much money as they do, and therefore your mutual funds wouldn't make as much. That is possible, but it would affect more than you think. Fortunately, it's not going to be a problem because people, no matter, like we were talking about before, it's only a precious few of us that are doing this stuff and that are weird. Most of the normal people, they're going to keep still borrowing money, so we don't have to worry about anything. Yay. Baby step 4, 5, and 6 flare. Bought my first home and would appreciate budget help. Okay, they did it on the right steps, it sounds like. Just purchased my first home, 2K square 5 with wife for $508,000. That was probably a decent size one in 2020. I guess not, maybe not that much bigger than it is now for that same price, or maybe it is. Since 2020, I don't know how much the prices have gone up since then. Oh, why don't we look? Average home price 2020 versus 2023. Oh, did I say 2 years ago? I meant 3 years ago. My bad. 32% increase. Okay, so theoretically then, where am I looking? Right there. Theoretically then, 32% bigger now than then. Okay, let's see. But I didn't really look into who he was until recently. Okay, so after he bought the house, I'm guessing, and then he decided, oh, I'm on. That's when you decide, and that is great when you find Dave Ramsey. And then you apply it to your life and you see what step you're on. And it's not step 1, 2, or 3. Wouldn't that be the greatest thing in the world? Because most of us are on baby step 1 when we do that. So, yeah, my ex-wife and I did not have $1,000 in savings when I found out about Dave. And fortunately, she saw the wisdom in it, and she said, yeah, let's do that. Let's get out of debt. Things that I didn't realize until too late. Because of that, well, you're in baby step 4, 5, and 6. So again, you're not in the worst shape. Just not entirely sure of my plan here. Would you mind looking at my budget and telling me if it's reasonable or not? Well, we may not know because of your variables. Oh, you didn't buy it yet. Putting $250K down and have a fixed 30-year, 15%. Interest rate doesn't matter. And this, again, 3 years ago. So this has already happened and is fine or blew up in his face, maybe. Let's see. So where is income after tax? After tax taken out. So $6,000. Bring home pay. So about 2.5. So that's 2.5 is 12,000. No, that's not right. Let's see. Mortgage is 1,800. 587. How much of 583? That seems fine for a 600 take-home pay income. I'm gonna go ahead and call that good on that because that is not 25% of that. So I'm gonna call that good. He's all good. Good job. Good job. Good job. Hopefully that worked out all fine. It seems like it did. It didn't seem like anything was. I mean, $800 a month for groceries. Did he say family of 4? So, all right, yeah, that's fine. I've decided that's fine on baby step 4. Okay, I am about to get a hospital bill with no insurance, and I'm freaking out. You just got to pay it. You can make payment arrangements with most hospitals. You don't have to pay it all at the same time, generally. So you can do that. Is this an emergency? Usually if you have to ask, no. Let's see. Amex placed my card in collections a few months ago. That's not an emergency. Because you're supposed to cut it up anyway and stop using it anyway. I owe $2,600. Today they called and offered me a one-time payment of $1,500 to clear it. In collections, your credit score is screwed anyway, so it doesn't matter if you do that. So you can wait until they threaten to sue or actually send you papers. And then even after they send you papers, you can still call them and offer something. Let's see, should I do this? Don't fall into my debt snowball since it didn't have a monthly payment. I see, but I have money to pay it off. I would have, again, this is 3 years ago. I would have tried maybe $1,000 then if you had the money to pay it off. But how do you have the money to pay it off? If you're following the baby steps, you wouldn't have that hitting, you wouldn't have that sitting around. It has been hitting my credit every month, and it will continue to do so. Even if you settle it, it's still going to continue to do it because it's still into collections. And this is the only thing I don't like about it is the page just dies at some point. But I guess I don't need to talk forever. Do a 2 hour. I think I've done a 2.5 hour after show before. Let's see. Let me find out if anybody has any. As of the 2 of the songs, there were 4. How dare you? As the $1,500 a month for 2 adults and 1 child seems really high if you are in the first 3 baby steps. Let's see. Because we are in a consumption-driven economy, so you're encouraged to spend more than you make. Indeed. And so if they want to, let them. That, like I said, that's going to make companies' revenue go up higher, and that's going to make their market price go up higher. And so that's going to make us more money. So if they want to, let them. Not advised, but they can do it if we want to. And we can advise everybody that we want to do it. There's still going to be enough people for us to make plenty of money. Don't worry. Baby step 7, flare. I nearly found out the hard way. Even out paying off credit cards in full every month can go wrong. No way, really? No way, really? But and where are you when all the people in the Ramsey Show chat say, "Oh, I pay it off every month. Let's see what happened to this person." And then we'll call it shit. Has been removed by the moderators. Why? Oh, because I bet it was contentious. Because I bet the credit card bros came out in force. Let's see what we can read, though. I didn't get my last credit card statement until 4 days before it was due, and I don't open my mail right away these days due to Corona. All right. Remember when people did stuff due to the pandy? Remember that? Let's see. I noticed the bill was 3 weeks late, so I paid my bank without seeing the bill. Paying what I thought I owed, maybe. If I didn't notice, much of my hard work worshiping a credit score would have been wasted. True. So that can happen. All you got to do is wait 1 month, and then you get charged interest. And then you don't get all the lovely assets from all the presents from the credit card company, worshiping the credit score. Alrighty, let's see. Anything else I want to do? You can find all the songs in my playlist except for the George Camel song, which is basically just half a verse on the chorus is what the George Camel one is. I do have that in the after show playlist on whatever days that George was there. That looks like one of them. Again, I took a little break between, let's see, 8/24/2022. This is the third one since then. It's because I came back 2 weeks ago, started doing more of them. But the last one I did before 2 weeks ago was 10 months ago, August 24th, 2022. And so there is the George Camel song in there. And of course, this Ramsey show, after show will be here in this playlist as well. And those 4 songs will be at the beginning. But the Rachel Cruz song is here. The Dave Ramsey Baby Step song is here. Also the John Deloney song, and me reacting to John Deloney's reaction to the John Deloney song, which got posted on his Instagram, I believe, or was it it might have been the person that works there that filmed their Instagram. Yeah. So what else was I going to say about that? Oh, so today's after show will be in the after show playlist as well. Let's see. Let me go back to the streaming software, and I can unhide my plugs list. I am Coach Steve Money, and I did not buy my Ramsey Solutions Financial Coach certification from a guy that was selling it because he couldn't take it anymore, didn't want to. I paid for it myself with Biden bucks when it was on sale for $1,000, quite a discount. And so that's why I did it, and that's why you get the beauty of me talking about Dave Ramsey stuff all the time. You can schedule a free financial coaching consultation with me at calendly.com/Coach Steve Money. That is calendly.com/Coach Steve Money. The link is also on the right side of my YouTube banner, as you can see right there. You can email me about coaching or anything else on my YouTube channel, like Oak Island, computer stuff, video games. I'm probably going to finish up The Last of Us Part 1 on PC tonight. And then I'm going to get back into Jedi Survivor, which I played like 1 hour of previously before getting distracted. But anything on my channel, CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. Donations you can send to PayPal.me/Coach Steve Money. You can add me on the gram at Coach Steve Money. I will put something else on there one day. And this YouTube channel is, of course, youtube.com/Coach Steve Money. Aslan says, have a good weekend. Thank you, Aslan. You too. And like I said, about around 9 or so, 9:30 Central Time, I normally do the Ramsey Coach Show. If you'd like to hang out, always enjoyable to see you. Also, thanks to Troy Story for showing up. Much appreciated. And just want to let everyone know to make smart financial decisions every day.